Hi guys, JJ here and welcome to my 6th season review. Today I'm going to be doing Force India. Early this morning I did McLaren. If you haven't already gone to that video, please go and check it out, give it a like if you do follow McLaren and see what your opinion on that is. But now I'm going to be doing Force India, a team who's always in sort of the midfield positions. You know, they're not really like a Constructors' Championship winning team. They're sort of like a team that can surprise you. So say like one race, let's say the next 6 races they could finish about 10th, in between 10th and 6th. One race they might go 4th, 2nd, 3rd. Do you know what I mean? Challenge for that win. One of them teams where like you can't really predict where they're going to finish in a certain race. But they're sort of a good financial team, you know. They're not really like a Sauber or a Lotus who are struggling for money. They're sort of like a well-backed team who have got good sponsorships, they've got a good owner, they've got a good car, they've got good drivers. So they're sort of like a stable team who need to sort of push that a little bit further to try and get ahead of like McLaren, Williams, Ferrari, because they're teams who are slacking, especially Ferrari and McLaren, who are downgrading sort of thing. So then Force India might say, right, we're ready to pounce above them and become the team that they once were in recent times. Pre-season got underway and sort of looked positive for Force India. It was sort of like a very positive outrun for Sergio Perez and Nico Hülkenberg, their new drivers for this season, out replacing I forgot the drivers now. Paul Di Resta and Adrian Sutil, that's the one. I had a little bit of mind blank there. They had a sort of a positive start of 2013 and sort of decayed on the way end of 2013, resulting to lose both their drivers. So eventually they got 2 very talented drivers, Sergio Perez coming in from McLaren, Nico Hülkenberg coming in from Sauber. Good financial backing, good talented drivers who are potential world champions, especially Nico Hülkenberg. He's linked with a lot of good teams, but obviously hasn't really had the chance to get them. So we come to Australia. Nico Hülkenberg was 6th, Sergio Perez was 10th. A solid, strong start to stamp their authority in Formula 1 by saying, look, we can get all these cars to the end, because there was a lot of DNFs in the first race. New era, new engines, new parts, new cars, everything was new pretty much. So it was good to see a team like Force India going into the new season on a high, saying that we can get both cars to the finish. It was a good solid race by them, a very strong authority into Formula 1 for 2014. Malaysia, Nico Hülkenberg finished 5th, so he did one better than the last race, which is also proving that Force India are going to do well this season. Let's hope so. But unfortunately, DNS for Sergio Perez, who I think had an engine mapping problem, I believe, in Malaysia. Bahrain was probably their strongest race in a long time. Nico Hülkenberg 5th, but Sergio Perez didn't even better than that. He went 3rd. You know, he had a very strong race. He was battling, if you remember, I think Alonso, Raikkonen, Bottas, Massa, Jenson Button. He got them all, and he even got the Red Bulls as well. Pipped the Red Bulls as well. He had so much pace. So did Nico Hülkenberg as well. But it would have been good if he got 4th. But I think I don't know who pipped the post to him, but I know it was quite close. So that was a very, very strong race. So they've had a positive start. So now they're probably thinking, well, we did have a good start at 2013. But now, how can we progress on from this? And in China, it was Nico Hülkenberg 6th, Sergio Perez 9th. So not exactly the heights of Bahrain, but still positive at the end of the day. As like I said, they're not exactly a championship winning team who's going to go out there and finish podium after podium after podium. They don't have that reputation. They have a reputation to be midfield, to challenge, you know, have that one race where they say, right, we are going to get a race win, we are going to get a podium, we are going to get some maximum points, the best points as we possibly can, because McLaren are also struggling at this stage as well. So now they're ready to pounce on them. Spain again, Sergio Perez 9th, Hülkenberg 10th. Not as high scoring as previous round, but still points is points. They need to get as much points as they possibly can. A good solid race there, but by Sergio Perez. I think he started quite high up and then sort of decayed on the way down. But who knows? Sergio Perez, another DNF in Canada. Monaco. As probably half the grid were, which then elevated a lot of drivers to go up, along with Nico Hülkenberg, another 5th place. He's getting quite popular with his 5th and 6th, mind, doesn't he? But still, consistent points for Nico Hülkenberg. He's proven that he has a consistent scorer, just like Alonso, just like Bottas. You know, it is very, very strong for him to stamp his authority, saying, to look at them bigger teams and go, right, I am consistent, I can score points, but if you give me a faster car, I can do better than what I am doing now. So that's what he needs to do. Canada, Nico Hülkenberg 5th, but if you also remember, Sergio Perez got a DNF. Well, he didn't get a DNF, he sort of classified 11th, because I think it was last lap drama. He completed over 90% of the race distance. So he finished 11th, but also sort of DNF at the same time. But it was also a poor race if you classify it, whose fault it was, because it was a bit of a niggle between Massa and Sergio Perez. So it could be like, whose fault was it, and who point the finger to blame to everyone, but I can't remember who exactly was to blame. I think it was Sergio Perez who got a 5-place grid penalty, or 10-place grid penalty for Austria. Which didn't prove dividends, because he got 6th place on Austria, and Nico Hulkenberg got 9th. So again, a strong race. I think Nico Hulkenberg sort of struggled towards the end, which is also, he needs to be consistent as well. He is getting like 5th, 6th, 10th and 9th. But at the same time, he needs to be sort of finishing a lot more high scoring places if he wants to try and get the likes of Ferrari, McLaren and Mercedes and Red Bull trying to get him in. The British Grand Prix was not a really a one to remember. It was Nico Hulkenberg 8th, Sergio Perez 11th. Poor result really. Consistent, the likes of McLaren was starting to pick up this stage. Even Williams was starting to progress now, so really they were like, well, we're slacking here, we need to pick up some race victories, and race points actually, not race victories. In Germany, Nico Hulkenberg 7th, Sergio Perez 10th. That is, sort of like a medium-esque type point scoring, because there was some accidents at the start. There was some crashes as well, safety cars as well that needed doing, because I think there was a crash that happened and there was no safety car, and obviously very, very dangerous, as we found out in Japan. So yeah, 10th and 7th. Hungary was a one to forget, definitely, for Force India. Both drivers DNF, sadly. I think Sergio Perez did have a big crash. I can't remember what happened to Nico Hulkenberg, but I know Sergio Perez did have a bad crash. Belgium was a bit of a more positive result in recent races. Sergio Perez 8th, Nico Hulkenberg 10th. So sort of like outracing Nico Hulkenberg, Sergio Perez was for the first time in quite a few races, which also proved that he can compete with some good drivers. But Nico Hulkenberg scored points in every single race he's competed in, apart from the Hungarian Grand Prix. But sadly, that run comes to an end. Races he finished, because in Italy he finished 12th, Sergio Perez finished 7th. So the tables have turned in terms of like points and performances, because in Italy, Nico Hulkenberg didn't have pace. Sergio Perez had pace, but he couldn't exactly compete with all the other teams he should be competing with. The hot race in Singapore, Nico Hulkenberg 9th, Sergio Perez 7th. Again, sort of a positive result in this sense, because if you remember, Jenson Button got a DNF, and Kevin Magnussen got 10th place. So really, McLaren only picked up 1 point. So two not as high scoring points as they would have hoped for, but at the same time, Sergio Perez and Nico Hulkenberg sort of battled it out and sort of got ahead of McLaren, which is good for them, because they want to try and finish one place where they finished last season, which was 6th. They want to try and finish 5th this season, because they do have the car to do it. In Japan, Nico Hulkenberg 8th, Sergio Perez 10th. Race finished early, as we all know. In Russia, Hulkenberg 12th, Sergio Perez 10th. A new track, not as consistent scoring as we hoped for. I think McLaren had a strong result around this period of time, so really it was a case of they need to score as much points as they can, because they're starting to lose track with McLaren. USA didn't really help their cause, because they both got DNFs. In Brazil, Nico Hulkenberg 8th, Sergio Perez 15th. Nico Hulkenberg sort of scored them points again. Sergio Perez needed to really help him out, because in Abu Dhabi you could get double points. They sort of stamped their authority for next season by saying Sergio Perez 6th, Nico Hulkenberg 7th. A good way to end the season, really, despite everything that's really happened throughout the season. But a brilliant race. So they sort of like start the season well and sort of decayed towards the end. And I think, so again, as I said with McLaren, they started something like is there, and sort of just like separates somewhere in between the season, which hopefully in 2015 they might be able to improve on. So they'll be the first team to release their car on Wednesday, the 21st of January, which I'll be doing I probably won't be doing a video for that, because I'll be at college on the Wednesday, but I'll probably post up a picture online, well, on my Facebook channel, Formula JT. If you haven't already liked it, go and like it. I might do like a little video. I might get like a picture up or something, and I'll have a look at the car and see what's good about it, what's bad about it. And also, yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Next up, I'll probably do some more. I'll probably do Toro Rosso and Lotus next up, and then probably do Caterham, Russia, and Sauber as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. Subscribe if you're new as well. And also, I haven't really mentioned this. If you haven't already, go and check out the True Footy Manager. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. Go and check him out for some great Football Manager tips, for good Football Manager banter. He is a good guy. He knows a lot of what he's doing. He knows a lot than me. He knows much more than me about football. But then again, I know much more about him about Formula 1. But at the same time, there you go. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.